So you got
All right.
Is it 7 o'clock?
It is.
All right, let's call this meeting to order with the pledge to the United States flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank everybody for coming. Usually we have one or two, so very good. Roll call.
Mark Foltz.
Here.
Mark Frazier.
Here.
Francis Griffin.
Here.
Veronica Howard here. Troy Carmel.
Here. Okay. Troy, we're going to have the special hearing is postponed. Okay, we're going to have an I-69 train corridor.
We'll talk about that further
later.
down here. Yeah.
Informational session for I-69.
Okay, so this is the second of our required public informational session for the I-69 International Trade Corridor Local Development Finance Authority. This represents area within our DDA district along Lansing Road and the commercial corridor that's part of the LDFA. So as of right now, there is $54,989 in that account. There will be tax capture from the winter taxes for the two properties that are subject to capture. They're coming later this month, which will be another $10,000 or $11,000. So, and obviously that money is there for reserves for utilities along Lansing Road. That's from properties along there that is where the taxes come from, and that's all it can be used for. So, are there any questions about the I-69 LDFA? Right.
Okay. All right, our agenda as outlined. Any additions or changes?
Yeah, I think we need to, under new business, we need to address something about the parking lot,
Parking lot.
the salt,
Okay.
sidewalks and so forth.
Okay, our clerk did have discussions today, but,
Well,
all
I
right.
think the board needs to know what's going on.
You're talking about the maintenance when it snows.
Yep.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Motion by Troy. Second by Butch, all in favor?
Aye.
Perfect, all opposed? All set. All right, November 5th, 2025 meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Mark? Okay. Second by Butch again, all right, all in favor?
Right.
Aye.
We have two public comment sessions that the public, some of you may be here for other, to help us along here, but is there any comments anyone has right now, other than it's crappy outside?
Yeah, I'd like to say that, good job on the roads.
Okay,
The way they ended up, first when they put the asphalt down, and then they started adding the stones to it. I wasn't real happy with that, but that was explained to me by Troy what was gonna happen.
okay.
Seems to look pretty good. Looks durable.
We got the lines finally painted on it and everything. It was
And
hard
I
to drive.
understand under budget, that doesn't happen very often either.
Yeah, it was
So,
hard to drive with no lines in the dark. It really was. I don't.
so it looks good job.
No, it turned out nice. It did.
Yep.
It really did.
Let the Venice Snowball Force said we were A-OK on that, so thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, okay? Any other public comments, good, bad, or indifferent? Okay. Sheriff's report.
All right, looks like this month there were 111 calls for service. Of those, 22 of them were traffic stops.
And 16 were deer,
Car directs.
car and deer incidences. So not everybody got them in their woods. Some of them got them in their front bumper. But did you hear? There were over 100,000 deer shot in Michigan the last few days. Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Used to be 300,000.
None in my,
Yeah,
they didn't get the ones in my backyard, but they ate all my apples. I guess they went somewhere else. I don't know. Poor guys that come over, that was the end of that, Okay, thanks, Troy. All right, so, Mark, see something?
Really nothing at the meeting, was mostly just update stuff and moving money around and that kind of thing that always happens at the end of the year.
Had several new employees that were
Yeah.
hired. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, nothing major.
All right. All right, DDA, we're going to meet January 21st. That is Wednesday. third Wednesday of the month at 6:30. We haven't met for a couple months, we meet every 3 months there. Zoning, she just printed them off.
Yep, the county just sent us the permits 20 minutes ago. So, we had 3 zoning permits and 6 building permits this past
One
month.
trailer in the park, right? And, 3 zoning and
3 zoning permits and 6 building permits.
6 building permits. And that's the end of the story on that deal. Any comments on that, board?
How much did the county collect?
Second.
How much did the county collect?
Oh, total? Oh,
130, 160, 225, 320, 300, and 140.
So a little over $1,000.
Probably.
Okay.
Catching up on lost time, you know, okay.
Thank you.
So zoning. County commissioner is at Woodhall right now. He'll probably be here toward the end. Library, Mark.
Nothing major at the library. They took care of salary increases of the director and so forth. And other than that, that was pretty much just me.
Okay. That was quick.
Yeah.
Any more to add, Justin? SCDP?
That was not SCDP,
yeah.
that was library.
Yeah.
Oh, library.
I'll wait.
Hang tight.
I'll wait.
Hang tight. Library's good. Okay. Tree court.
It hasn't been a meeting since our last meeting. There's one scheduled next week, but I don't think there'll be a quorum for
Okay,
it.
for that.
They want everybody to travel to St. Clair.
When's the last time?
And I'm not doing it.
When's the
So.
last
It's been
time?
a long
When's the
time.
last
A
time?
year ago.
What?
Yeah.
A year?
Yeah, we used to meet in Flint because they were centrally located. Now they want to meet in St. Clair and they can't get a quorum because I'm not driving to St. Clair. Yeah.
So, okay. Now, SCDP. Mark?
SCDP, we had a report from the RDG people that are doing our new 5-year plan.
Okay.
Basically, talked about grant writer activities, which has been pretty active, and we now have 3 grant writing groups, providers, vendors, that do different kinds of things, so
Okay.
we can better tailor somebody to a grant writer that fits their need better. And there's a Christmas open house on Tuesday the 16th at the offices in the Surbeck building.
Third floor of the Circuit building.
Third floor, 3 to
And that's
5.
what day?
We'll have cookies.
16th.
What day?
16th.
16. 2 weeks from today.
At noon?
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
You
And
said free
then-
cookies, right?
3 cookies.
Mark will be there.
With bells on, maybe even a hat on with a,
No
never
one.
mind.
In the land bank, we took care of some issues with some contractual language and things like that for some projects already underway.
Okay, okay.
Other than that, because there's no blight money anymore, we're looking at ways that we could stay relevant,
And why isn't there blight money?
because the state chopped it out of the budget.
Okay. State of Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're looking at the other things the land bank can do to provide to the community. One of the things that we're close on is, we're close on a grant. We've been assured we're gonna get it, but we don't have it yet. Did we get any news on that?
Not since Monday.
Okay. But there's gonna be about $1 million available for fixing people's houses that have a water heater that doesn't work, or a furnace, or a bad roof, or something they can't afford to do. I'm sure we'll have money to be able to.
Well, I got a question, since you're talking about, the blight.
Yes.
How come Flint's got all this money for blight? You know, Deb Cherry started working on the blight, and now it's, the new treasurer, who used to be the head of ASBE, for the workers' union in Flint, which is Sam Muma. And how'd they get all this money?
We actually, Mark, we've got a lot of money in Shiawassee. I think, Mark, we've gotten over, I'm looking at this, Mark, I think we've done over $1 million worth of projects in
They got
Shiawassee
several.
County.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually, so today, we have, I think, 5 or 6 projects still in the pipeline that were from previous funding
And maybe
rounds.
that's what it is.
Yeah, the problem is the latest state budget, as Mark referenced, did not include money for this. We were in this area, we were able to take down that house on South Main Street in Morris, so that project was good and cleaned that up nicely. We've actually, I think, done a great job spreading that money around Shiawassee.
Yep.
The home repair, what Mark said though, I think is really exciting. It is looking favorable, though not a done deal, that we will get this money for home repair. And I do believe that is gonna be very impactful. There's a lot of people in this county, a lot of seniors that are of lower income, that can't fix their roof, can't, fix their furnace, things like that. Those dollars will be made available to help them. Now, there's strings attached because it's federal money, but it's gonna be money we didn't have before. So I'm really excited about that. And maybe, and she also mentioned too, Mark, maybe there might be one for rental rehab too. So apartment complexes, rental homes, that's also an issue as well, fixing those up. So we're feeling good. We got a great grant writer on this, Sarah Kopko. Sarah's been here before.
Yeah.
She knows her stuff when it comes to housing and whatnot. So, a couple of other quick updates though, SCDP, that are directly related to Perry Township. This Friday, I think, later this week, local business guy, he already has a company here now, Steve Kingsley Constructions, maybe you may know Steve. He is buying Adam Elsesser's property on Lansing Road, and will be constructing a new industrial building on that site. So he'll be back, I think with the township moving toward its own zoning, he'll be here for site plan and some other activities going forward. So another exciting project. I think it fits the demographic really well. Small industrial business, probably build a 8,000 or 10,000 square foot building. I think it's perfect. Another project, I've talked with a few of you about this, John Nzinga wants to develop the property between Wild Rose and Bennett Drive, which is already zoned light industrial. So going to be trying to work with him and his broker on that. I think, again, that fits really well. We did do our groundbreaking for Travis Smith's asphalt plant, so that is going to be moving ahead. The one thing, though, that's kind of interesting about that property, we're going to see how this plays out, is Travis wants to install a rail spur and wants to make that spur available. That's Canadian National, that's a main line. He wants to make that spur available for other businesses that might want to ship product in or out, like Transworld. So we'll see how that goes. But I was shocked, to be honest with you, that Canadian National would be willing to put in a spur because they fly through town. So that might, I don't know, might slow traffic down, I don't know. But they were actually at Travis's groundbreaking, and they walked the site, and they are open to doing that. Travis wants to use it for his own purposes, but if he can use that. So anyway, more to come on that.
Kingsley, when he puts that in, is he
Yeah.
taking from Lanesburg, moving over? Is that the one?
He's got a couple things he's working on. He's actually based here in the township. I think his house is on Colby.
Just over in Antrim.
Oh, he's in Antrim, okay.
Just
Close.
over the line.
Close, yeah. So anyway, so I will tell you this, as you know, we're doing a lot of good things here in the township. It's a great spot, these nice, small to mid-sized projects that we've done over the last couple of years. This is, it's a very attractive location, and the support of the township's been very helpful. So more of these good projects to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to ask you one question.
Yeah.
Were you at the Michigan game?
Yes.
In plastic.
I froze. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's okay.
No comment on the game.
Planning Commission, Mark. Planning Commission, Mark.
We, at the Planning Commission meeting in November, we had presentations from 3 firms, and a couple of them, one was email and another one was a letter that said she wasn't able to provide us with that, but we had AGS, Rowe, and McKenna. And they explained their services and how they do things. And we decided that we needed a little time to digest that. So we had a special meeting last night to make that choice so that it could be brought to the Township Board tonight. And we chose AGS last night. And we feel they probably fit us the best at this point. But we're still learning, so we can make mistakes yet too, so we'll see. But that was really, that's been the majority of the thrust of what we're doing, is trying to button up all the little odds and ends as we move forward to taking over the zoning and then eventually the permitting, so.
Could I add to that a little
Yep.
bit? We also approved the amendments to the master plan. And since the township board has given us the power to make the final decision, that's been done. So the master plan's been amended to take on the zoning.
Which is a big deal. That's
Yeah.
really a big deal. And Nick, I'm sorry I had to call you for your wife's spelling for the minutes, but I couldn't read it, and Terry and I tried to look it up on the computer, so I had to call you today. So thank you for that. And be patient with us. Okay, this is all new territory for us. Okay. Very good. Anything else, Mark?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
All right, the
Troy,
bills.
the financial bills.
Relatively short list this month. There was nothing major, nothing out of the ordinary there. No major pieces of income either. Obviously, property taxes will start coming in this month, but really it was a fairly short list this month. So,
Motion?
any
Motion.
questions on the bills?
Motion.
Motion, okay, Mark. Seconded by,
Me.
Veronica seconded.
Ronnie,
Second.
okay, second.
And
All
she
in
writes it
favor?
down. We need a
Roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Veronica Howard, yes. Troy Parmalee?
Yes.
Foltz?
Yes.
Mark Frazier?
Yes.
Francis Griffith?
Yes.
Very good. Correspondence. Well, as the day grew on, Justin decided he better send us some information, which he did. The United Way of the county, actually Genesee and Shiawassee County, Adopt a Family. That's money that goes for needy people, a chance to make a difference. The United Way will provide an adopted family vetted from SREDP, the United Way. Gifts can be dropped off at the Shiawassee County Road Commission on December 16th and December 17th, which is, what day is that?
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Huh?
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday, who will deliver the gifts to the families before the holidays. They do this every year, and sometimes you'll see them in the paper when they're out delivering packages, so thank you for sending that. The second thing is, I've been involved in Old Newsboys when I was in Flint a little bit, but I've been involved. We didn't do it last year. I was in Missouri Dawn, but there's usually 4 or 5 of us. Jim Bayshore helped. He's passed away. But there's others of us that it's going to be in front of the fire hall in Perry. Got approval from the director, and we set 2 tables up, and we have a sign. We usually collect between $400 and $700, and then they take it to the hall in Durand. She comes and picks up about 5 o'clock. They go from 10 o'clock Saturday to 5 o'clock Saturday. So I do have some hand things, warmer things to put in my gloves. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. But Rick, what's his last name? Billy?
Robot.
Robot will help me too, and Jim Shaw, who's from the city of Perry. Him and I are also on SCOA together, board members of SCOA. So anyway, wish us well. And if you're driving by and you got an extra $1, stop in, or $5, stop and throw it in our buckets, all right? So that is this Saturday, the 6th, it's a week early, okay? Anything else as far as correspondence, Veronica?
We got the SCOA's December 2025 newsletter, and that is all.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything else? Nope. Okay, on to any other public comments? You'll have another chance at the end, okay? Planning Commission updates, unfinished business. Troy?
I didn't put that. I think we're covering all of that. We've either covered it or we're covering it later,
Unfinished
right?
business, yes. As far as the Planning Commission, our next meeting will be 18th of
December.
this month. That's the regular meeting. Okay, we'll go to new business.
I do have some information on
Okay.
AGS. Would you guys like that now?
Yes.
Well, we have zoning administrator.
That's
we have
fine.
it.
I didn't know where you wanted it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all.
further down.
We can do it.
Oh, it is, yeah, thanks. Okay, so we have several new business. One of them involves Justin, and I'll read it and then I'm going to have Troy refer to it. Resolution of understanding to utilize the Shiawassee County Brownfield Redevelopment Authority for the Jaden's Way Development, Village of Morris. It's in, of course, Perry Township. The second one, resolution concurring with the provisions of the Brownfield Plan to be adopted by the Shiawassee County Brownfield Redevelopment Authority for the Jaden's Way Development, Village of Morris, Perry Township, Michigan.
I think Justin will talk about it.
Justin, start us out.
Okay, and I actually have the developer, Dale Greeno, here tonight to answer questions, and Beth knows all about this project too. So this is a housing development on South Morris Road, south of Britton Road. I think most people know where the property is. It's just adjacent to the cemetery on the west side of the road. I've been working with Dale and his partner on putting together a development project there. There's been previous looks at doing it, but we've made a lot of progress here. I won't steal all your thunder, but long story short, we think they've got a great plan to provide some quality housing in the village. But the challenge and why we're here tonight is the cost of construction is very high in everything really, but housing in particular, and they want to be able to build these units and price them at a reasonable price. So, you know, the average person, the average worker can afford it. So we have been working with our team and Dale and his team to try to figure out some different ways to help with funding this. So they're bringing a lot of private money to the table, but we want to see if there's any grants or incentives out there to do that. So we've actually submitted a grant to the State Housing Authority. We're waiting to hear back on that right now. But one of the tools that's at our disposal at the local level is tax increment financing. So you're all familiar with how the Township DDA works. It's fundamentally similar, where the property taxes that are generated from the new development can actually go to support the cost of the development. So essentially what that means, Dale and his crew, they are going to be fronting the money to put in the work. They're going to put in the road, the utilities, the homes, you know, all of that. But what this would allow, as these homes get developed, they pay the taxes, they actually are able to get reimbursed those taxes through this district, through this TIF district, which is, like, once again, kind of like your DDA, but it's only for that site. And so it's kind of interesting. This was made a new state law in the last 2 years because the state said, we want to create a local mechanism to help with the bottom line to get some of these homes built. So you might be wondering, this is in the Village of Morris. Why are we at Perry Township tonight? Well, one of the quirks of the state law says that if a property is being developed in the village, the township in which the village resides also has to concur with it. So there's a number of agencies that have to do this. The Village of Morris does, Beth, I think the DDA does as well, if I'm not mistaken.
DDA has already recommended it.
Okay.
We haven't signed any resolutions, I don't know about that, but we have
Okay.
recommended it.
Yeah, so all these layers gotta sign off on it. Actually, the ultimate authority in why you have these resolutions in front of you to approve this is the County Board of Commissioners.
Really?
Because, and why there's two resolutions. One is saying you support it, but two is your agreement to use the county's authority to do this. So Perry Township, Morris, you don't have your own brownfield redevelopment authority, but the county does. So that's why there has to be this blessing, if you will, to go through the county. So what has to happen is Perry Township, Village of Morris, they both have to concur, and then it goes back to the county for final concurrence. So go ahead.
What about the city of Perry, if they enter in, does that have the county also, or is it just
Not on this deal. No,
This
but,
isn't in the city. of
I know
Perry.
that, I know that, but if somebody in the city of Perry, would they have to get approval from the?
They would have to
They-
get approval from the county.
they would, yeah, and so we have done this, we have about 10 or 12 of these plans in process elsewhere in the county. We're doing it in Duran, Corona. There is a project in Perry that is under potential consideration for this. It's actually at Perry Lakes. There's another builder, Allen Edmond Homes. You might have heard about that. We were actually at the last council meeting for that. That has not moved ahead yet. It's, once again, it's a good project. I do want to, again, reiterate, so Dale and his group, they're doing the upfront investment. So the village, the township are not being asked to write a check for this. This is them getting reimbursed for their work, so I think that's important. I did talk with some folks here, a couple of points of clarification. There are some administrative fees that do come with this. There is cost, obviously, to administer the plan, but there's also, I think, some potential growth opportunity. So what that means is, as we do more of these developments across the county and bring money in through these plans, much like the Township DDA, I think the goal will be to grow our pot of brownfield dollars in the county, which would allow us to be able to repurpose those monies for other projects, maybe even blight elimination. And I do want to be clear, because I've had this question. This is technically a brownfield property by state law. It's not contaminated, though. I've had this question a lot. Oh, it's a brownfield. Oh, it's dirty, it's contaminated. No, the state decided in their wisdom to create this new greenfield housing law under a brownfield law. So, rather than set it aside, so it's confused everybody, right?
They should have just come up with a new name
Exactly,
and a new
right.
statute, but it was easier just to amend the current statute, so that's what they did.
Exactly.
They call
And
it Greenfield?
it's a
They call it
greenfield,
brown-
yeah, yeah.
Brownfield?
Well, technically, that's what it makes it, but it's not contaminated.
Oh.
Yeah, so everybody's gonna see Brownfield Authority and think it's a super fun site, and it's not.
It's not.
Right.
It's not. So, and once again, you guys, you're blessed because you've got Troy on your team and he knows how these programs work, so he'll be able to.
Brownfield is where the Chevy in the hole.
Yes.
Full of oil.
Yes.
All kinds of this,
Yeah.
and,
Yes.
What
that's
they
not
did
the
is they
site.
just, to create
It took a fortune.
to create a TIFA district for residential,
This
which
is
has
good.
never been allowed before.
Never.
Now, I fully understand. This
Yeah.
is-
They needed to move it into either brownfields or DDAs or
Sure.
LDFAs or
Yep.
one of those tax capture entities, and they thought brownfield was the easiest way to do it. They
That's right.
should have just created a new one, with
Yep.
a new acronym for residential.
Yep.
But that's not what they did. So-
Yep, so Dale, what did I miss? You want to introduce yourself and tell the board?
I get, yeah,
What's your
I'm
last name, Dale?
Greenholm,
Green?
Greenholm, Greenhoe.
Oh,
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm a Ovid LC guy, so I'm a local, sort of local, and, actually my wife's from Perry, and my son-in-law's from Morris, and, so I'm kind of, but, we're looking to put in, 16 units over there. They're gonna be, ICF homes, so they're really, that's a construction of, concrete, and so they're, super green, cost-effective.
16.
16.
Yeah, and we do a lot of metal roofs, so we're gonna put metal roofs on it. The goal is to make it so that, since radiant and floor heat, so as a developer, we're gonna maintain that cost. So if the power goes down, I'll have backup power, and then contain the heat. And then I'll slide one plug for refrigeration and make sure they got water, because I have to make sure all that stuff's running.
what do you think a unit would cost?
Well, the goal is to keep it under $1,600.
How much?
$1,600 a month. And that's to be honest with you, I'm not even close, but we'll keep fiddling on it, and but we have to get into that because the market's not going to bear much more than that, and
Right.
we're not East Lansing where I can go $2,500 for a 2-bedroom unit. These are all going to be 3 bedrooms. I shouldn't say all, but I do have the ability to make them 2, but I'll be a little bit dynamic on it. If I don't need 3, I'll make them 2, but I think the goal is to make them
How
small.
big is the property?
The actual site is like 6.7 acres, I believe.
It's the one just,
Yeah, I know
just
where it's
north
at.
of the cemetery.
6.0.
Yep.
Yeah.
And each unit's gonna be around 1,400 square feet, plus a garage. We'll have a small
One thing
pavilion.
about it, they're gonna have real quiet neighbors. I'm just saying.
He embarrasses us a lot.
We gotta laugh.
And I hear they won't
How long
complain
do you
either.
think it'll, once you start, how long do you think it'll, assuming there's no problems?
Yeah, so the grants, so right now, through the state of Michigan, we've applied for 1 unit, or when I say that, so 4 buildings, so 1 building, 4 units,
Okay.
and there's 4 buildings. So the goal is to get the road and 1 building in this year, and then next year, to reapply for the other 3 buildings. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 2 to 3 year, build, you know.
Perfect, okay, good.
So each building would have 4 units.
Each building has 4
Like
units.
a quadplex kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yep,
Very good, excellent.
Yeah.
And you worked with Beth and others on this?
yep,
I'm through because the DDA functions as the planning
yep.
commission.
Very good, excellent.
No, it makes sense and everything, and when Justin was referencing the concern about the administrative fees, that was me. It just, it seemed like a lot, that the county was gonna take 10% off the top for,
Yeah, I know.
for doing
He
this.
called, Troy,
Yeah.
talked through it.
Right.
Any comments from our staff, our board? Mark?
Out of curiosity, Justin,
Yeah.
has any other units in the county have a brownfield authority?
City of Owasso. Yeah, it's the only other one. As you know, cities redeveloped, they've had more industrial sites.
Sure.
And they've redeveloped a bunch of them.
Do you think there's gonna be more of those now that they're changing the scope,
More authorities?
Yeah.
No. I think we got a really good thing going at the county level. Our land bank board matches our brownfield board, which Mark is on. And we got a great team in place. I think it's a pretty well-oiled machine. So I think, we're just gonna continue to do stuff countywide. I don't see any more authorities coming online. In fact, even with Owasso's authority, we did a project in the city of Owasso. Interestingly enough, the Woodland Trails, Washington, that's a whole nother thing.
why
We
didn't Owasso just do it under theirs?
Because they were properties owned by the land bank. So it was because of the tie-in already with the land bank. That's a whole nother thing too. Properties that are in a land bank automatically qualify as a brownfield. There's all these quirks of the law that obviously it's our job to keep up on and, use the tools we can to get development going, That's what it's all about, right? We need more housing.
We did a little bit of a unique thing when we set up the land bank and the Brownfield Authority, and that was to take SEDP as our managing group for the board, because too many boards try to have the board members do that kind of work, and there isn't enough time or ability to get the knowledge for that. And so we've now been told at a land bank meeting that our land bank's the land bank that's being watched all over the state because of the projects we're getting done. So it's,
And since Nick does the zoning for Morris, the Village of Morris, right? And Beth, so everything's where it ought to be as far as the land.
As far as this project?
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
as far as this
Yes, ADS
6.7
has
acres.
been
The
involved.
project was approved years ago, and that buyer,
Okay.
area that you took over.
Okay.
Right.
So there's no other hoops to jump through or anything, basically?
No, they
The site plan.
this was attempted a few years ago, that's when the sign was, and, they couldn't, this,
Oh, yeah.
you read through here, the cost to do these, to build anything today is,
Twice what it was.
it's frightening. And so, that's where all of this comes in. Like I said, it's a fine project.
Thank you for chewing it off.
I think, I personally think 10% is steep for what the county's charging, but, it is what it is, I guess. We don't have our own brownfield authorities.
So we got 2 resolutions here, and, what are
I'll make a
they?
motion that we adopt the resolution of understanding
Okay.
for the brownfield authority.
Anybody want to second that?
I'll second.
Mark Frazier's going to second that one. You got another one?
We have to do
Roll
them
call.
separate, we have to do them
Okay.
separately, and we have to do roll call.
Okay, roll call vote on this.
Veronica Howard, yes. Troy Parmalee,
Yes.
Mark Foltz,
Yes.
Mark Frazier,
Yes.
Francis Griffin.
Yes.
And I'll make make a motion to adopt the resolution concurring with the provisions of the Brownfield Plan to be adopted by the County Brownfield Development.
And I'll
Authority.
second that one. Just in time.
Roll call vote is Francis Griffin,
Yes.
Veronica Howard, yes. Troy Parmalee,
Yes.
Mark Foltz,
Yes.
Mark Frazier.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Good.
Very
All
good.
right.
Well, good luck.
Good job. Yeah, exactly.
I think we're in front of the village next week.
Okay.
Yes, on the 9th.
On the 9th.
We're gonna, as soon as Matt gets signed on, we'll jump to the county commissioner's report, and then we'll follow that with continuation of our new business. How's Woodhall, Matthew? Woodhall cold?
That wasn't too bad.
Good. Okay, good.
Smaller room.
Any updates, on,
County?
last month? Yeah,
Well, as you know,
okay.
the SCO is in communication with Perry Masonic Lodge as we're trying to hand over the Morris building back to the township, their village. Last month, county meeting, I encourage everyone to watch those and catch what I've been catching for the last 15 years. Of course, I read off what I've been observing for the last 15 years, and they went on the defense and attacked me. So, other than that, the GLS meeting was very inspiring this month.
Okay.
If you can get to it in January, I encourage you to do that, you or Troy.
Yeah.
They discussed all the road maintenance costs and what have you
Okay.
that have been approved as of thus far. I can't recall the date of closure for that request, but every little bit helps. I think there was around 200,000 for each request.
Okay.
I don't think the GLS directly has that much, but coming from state funding.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, thank you, Matthew. Okay, appreciate it. Okay, continuing on our new business, call for special meeting of Perry Township Board of Directors in December. Troy or Beth, you want to speak to that? No?
I can't call the meeting.
We
Why don't you
had,
explain what we need to do?
Oh, okay.
our attorney got involved with our master plan, or planning
The
commission.
The zoning
Our
ordinance.
zoning document.
Our zoning.
He knew we had our master plan set, so he got involved with Beth and I in a meeting about a month ago, a month and a half ago.
About 3 months ago.
About 3 months
Anyway,
ago,
go
but
ahead,
that's a
Ben.
whole different issue.
He was supposed to, 3 months ago, he was supposed to review it 2 months ago, and he got it done
He
Monday.
got it done Monday.
And there was
about
one
10:30.
step that got missed.
Right.
So anyway.
That's
go ahead,
right.
Ben.
So we were required to send our approved zoning ordinance that the planning commission had approved to the county planning commission and to give them 30 days, up to 30 days to respond to it, if they wish to. They don't have to say a word.
Right.
Okay. Well, that puts us then, if, having just sent it to them on Tuesday, yesterday, beyond our January 1st start date that we wanted to take over zoning from the county.
Right.
So, what the statute says is they have up to 30 days to review. They meet on December 17th. And Mark and Troy talked to Dr. Boggs, the county administrator, and he assured them that the planning commission, the county planning commission, is not going to comment or make any changes. And so, assuming that is the case, and that we can proceed then, because they have up to 30 days, but we don't have to wait 30 days according to the statute if you're following it. So,
If they act.
yeah, right. So if they basically say we are not, going to make any recommendations, then we're good to go. And so what you need to do then is to notice your special meeting for a hearing, a public hearing on adopting the zoning ordinance.
December 22nd.
So if you set that for December 22nd, which would be a 15-day notice that you have to do for the public.
Yeah.
And then if you vote to adopt it and get it published in the newspaper, you have up to 15 days to publish it, but you can do it the next day.
We will.
And then 7 days later, it becomes effective.
Okay.
So that gets us basically to the end of December.
We're running out of time in 2025.
We are running out of 2025 pretty darn fast.
2 months
right-
ago,
right through
we
the
talked about
holidays.
this. We
So-
knew we were running short.
So the question is everyone available for a special meeting on the 22nd,
Monday.
which is a Monday?
Yes, yes, yes. Jonathan?
Sure.
Yes.
I will make myself
Yes.
available.
All right, I will make a motion that, what do you want to do it at, 6 or 7? Well, hold on, it's a Monday, I have to do,
Let's just
I
do
have
7.
tax collection.
Let's just
so
do
yes, we'll
7,
7.
7 PM.
Yep.
Same time.
So I'll make a motion that we call a special meeting for December 22nd at 7 for the purposes of holding a hearing on the zoning ordinance.
Okay.
I'll second.
Mark will second that, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so Veronica can get that published, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I will send it tonight.
Yep.
And again, just a quick note, board review, the last board review is just, it's not really, it's just for clerical errors. We have about 4 of them or 5 of them. That will be December 9th. Board review will be in the office of the assessor at 9:30 in the morning,
So you-
December
You
9th.
just skipped the most important part.
Yeah, you skipped the zoning
Oh,
administrator.
well, that was such a short one. Backing up now.
Back up now.
See, it's better when I put my glasses. You saw that, didn't you? I can hear better too. It pulls my ears up. Zoning administrator for planning commission. Oh, Nick, you're here. This is your 4th meeting with us. Okay, zoning administrator for planning commission.
Yes.
So Beth had a special meeting yesterday. You
Yes,
wanna tell us
and as
about-
Mark already reported, of the firms that had made proposals to us, we recommended that the township board hire AGS, Associated Government Services. Nick Keck is one of the representatives of AGS sitting here. You should become familiar with all of our board members there, Nick. And he works primarily with another gentleman called Bert Gale. Bert's been with that firm 29 years. How long have you been there?
7.
7 years. And AGS is the firm that currently handles zoning and zoning enforcement for Locke Township and the village of Morris locally. And is located in Richland, which is over by Kalamazoo, basically. But you live in this area, correct?
No,
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you
I
lived.
live towards Hastings area.
Oh, Hastings, okay. All right. So I have here several documents, but the top one is the proposed contract with AGS. And one of the reasons, or maybe the primary reason we chose them, which is, as Mark already indicated, they seem like a very good fit. Their basic fee is $200 a month, flat fee, and then they charge $80 an hour for actual work. For anything, basically. That includes helping with the zoning changes that we probably will be making, for enforcement, all of the services. So it's pretty straightforward. You also have in there, in addition to that agreement, some history of the firm itself, the kinds of things they've been involved with. And then I also included information regarding building permit fees. They will help us get through the process of being allowed to enforce the building construction code
At the state level.
at the state level, yeah. So we discovered in researching it a little bit that well, let me back up. That was in zoning, I guess. In our county, the county usually does the building permits and stuff for everybody. But that is not the way it's done in a lot of counties. And so it is not uncommon for townships to take on this burden, but we have to be approved by the state to do it. And that process can be kind of complicated.
Time consuming.
Very, very time consuming, and you have to have all kinds of licensed trade inspectors, you know, for electrical and plumbing and HVAC and all that stuff,
Which AGS has.
which AGS has and knows who can do it and those types of things for us. So they will help us go through that. And they also, I actually met with Bert and Nick before last, before our meeting on the 20th of November. And they gave me some ideas about different ordinances that we need to be thinking about to put into effect fairly quickly. And so those are all things that they'll help us walk through. These are ordinances that we will now have to enforce, like junk, litter. We need to get an ordinance to adopt the Michigan Land Division Act. You know, there's all kinds of things that we have to put in place here. Yeah.
So Beth, one question for the board is, when there's a building permit fee or there's a fee that's, we get that money,
Yes.
correct?
Mhm.
Not them, we
Right.
get that money,
Yeah.
okay, which helps
Yeah,
us.
we are paying them for their time,
For their time.
right?
Which is
I got that
perfect,
right,
yeah.
don't I, Nick? Yeah.
Okay, so that's, you know, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like a pretty clear-cut way to
Yeah.
do it, you know, they bill us and we bill the other guy.
Is there any questions by the board?
No, you guys did a lot of research into it, and I read the proposals from the other ones, and I mean, this was the most reasonable.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe it was the least complicated also.
Yes, yes.
And all encompassing, for instance, Roe wouldn't do any of the
Yeah,
building
Roe
permits or
wasn't
anything.
proposing to do any enforcement.
They would
So
not do
we-
any
Right away, we
enforcement.
said,
That
oh.
took them right off,
no.
that took them right out.
Yeah.
And-
We didn't
and-
want to have to deal with two separate groups.
And McKenna was very nice, but McKenna was very expensive.
Yeah.
Very expensive, so we really took the best of both worlds.
Right.
No, AGS does Lock Township, I mean, they,
Supervisor,
I mean,
Ray-
Lock
Ray-
Township is
Yeah.
very similar to us.
that's what you said.
Yeah.
Well, reading the agreement, I'm comfortable with it. I'll make a motion that we accept the agreement with the effective date of 1/1.
Well, I think we need to make it effective now so they can
Oh.
start getting ready.
Okay, make the effective date tonight, which is December
Six, or no,
Third.
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 2025.
You're really lost, aren't you, Mike?
Well, dates, you know.
Yeah,
normal.
Thanksgiving,
I
I
eat
know,
dates,
messes
you
us
know, I
all.
like dates, they're good. Okay,
I have copies that Bert signed of the agreement, just need you to sign.
Oh, okay.
But we can just put the effective date of us doing the zoning as January 1.
Okay.
We can
Okay,
still
do that,
help you
okay.
with any processes in the meantime.
Right, I mean, we just want you to start getting
Yeah.
familiar with it, so.
with that, I'll make a recommendation that we proceed.
Just two copies, if you sign one.
Hold on, we gotta vote.
You gotta vote.
Okay, so you made a motion?
I did.
Did somebody second it?
AGS, not
I
yet.
can second.
Not yet. Oh, Mark is second, okay?
We do the roll call on that.
All right, Mark Folks,
Yes.
Mark Frazier,
Yes,
Francis Griffith,
he said yes.
Veronica Howard, yes, and Troy Parmalee.
Yes.
Just so everybody knows, we also have the chairman of the planning commission in Antrim Township here tonight, listening to what's going on, right?
And the supervisor.
What's the difference between these?
I have no idea.
What's the difference between what you gave me? and
Oh,
what-
one of them's been
One's
signed.
for me,
They've been
one's
signed.
for-
That's been
Oh,
signed.
okay.
Bert signed.
We'll just make a copy.
Sure.
Like us,
I should probably just say that.
mail you
Just send
or
that.
email you
Just
a copy.
send one. Print? Yes, put supervisor.
We'll probably want a hard copy, or just digital copy.
And you'll put the date in?
Yeah. We'll make a copy here once we're done here, so everybody's got it.
No, there's two there, so you decide.
Oh, there's two? Okay, perfect.
Are they the same?
Yep.
The same thing I just handed you, but they're signed.
This is our normal.
We'll get through this.
All right,
Okay? I can go ahead and make, when we get done.
Yeah,
You're gonna be here till the end of the meeting.
he's got that.
There's two there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, anything else on the zoning administrator? Going once, going twice.
So there'll be a slew of other ordinances, I think, is what Beth is getting
Yes,
towards.
I'm warning you.
Yeah.
Be ready.
I told you about the board review. Now, you've got something you added called early voting material costs. What in the world is that, Sheriff? Cost early voting.
So Caroline Wilson, the clerk up for all of Shiawassee, she had reached out to all the clerks and she's looking to purchase materials for the early voting location because we do all of our early voting at Shiawassee with her, and we do a cost share, so the share gets split between 20 of us, I think, different clerks. And then, so what she's looking for is they're getting some easy up awnings and some chairs and tables and different things like that for that early voting site to make that early voting go more smoothly. And she sent us an original quote for $306. But the easy ups, she has to get a second quote because they needed identification. So a new quote will be sent back out to us with increase in cost. But she doesn't have that ready yet, but she needed an okay from us. So I was looking to get an okay to spend. Troy said probably like up to $1,000. I'm not expecting it to be more than 500, but we just wanted it that just in case it went just above, that it was all covered in good.
This is, we all share in the cost of this, which made our costs,
Nothing.
early voting is a mandated thing,
Yeah,
right?
oh,
So
yeah.
it's not optional.
Okay.
And so by going the 20, all the units went in except the city of Owasso. And so, you know, it made the cost much more reasonable. Because otherwise we'd have to do this all ourselves, so.
So I'll make that motion.
Mark, okay.
Second.
Butch will second that motion. We're gonna roll call that little $1,000 vote. Makes sense to me, right?
Yeah. Troy Parmalee,
Yes.
Mark Foltz.
Yes.
Mark Frazier.
Yes.
Francis Griffin.
Yes.
Veronica Howard, yes.
Okay, we're going to end on a white note. White note meaning parking lot, snow, white note, okay.
Well,
Mark,
got here last
comment, Mark.
night
Yes,
for the special planning commission meeting,
7 o'clock.
and that was an office day for the office also, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and the parking lot was just like glass. It was very slippery, and then I find out that your deputy, I believe, had to shovel sidewalks the other day because the snow removal people didn't shovel the sidewalks.
Sunday. We rented the hall Sunday.
We got a problem, and I'm hoping that you've already got it taken care of, but I wanted to hear what you've done, so.
Okay.
Hi. So I reached out to Austin with Focal Point, and he had said that he had a new guy on our route and that he's already talked to him and that we will hopefully have it all figured out and that we will be good. He didn't realize that he was supposed to be salting. So he had come and plowed, but he did not salt the sidewalks or anything. So hopefully.
Well, it was still slippery tonight. so-
Yeah, so what they do is they come in the mornings, is what they're supposed to be doing. So anytime there's snow, they come first thing in the morning, they're supposed to be here by 8 in theory,
Okay.
to salt and plow if there's more than 1 inch. So they're supposed to salt if there's snow and plow if there's more than 1 inch of snow. 1 to 2 inches is what our contract says with him.
Well, I just think we gotta keep a close eye on that, because we don't need somebody coming here for a funeral
Yeah.
dinner or something like that and slip and fall out the parking lot, so.
Definitely.
You know, so we wanna keep on top of them, and we don't need your deputy out there shoveling sidewalks and hurting her back or something either, if that's what they're supposed to do, so.
And what about me? I went around today.
Well, you were salting last night.
I was.
He was, yeah.
I'll be
because-
honest, it's a problem.
And Troy does too.
We've
Troy's out
had,
there shoveling.
this is the third one we've been on in the last 7 years and we haven't been happy with anybody,
No.
so.
Well, I noticed it last night because I got out of the van and I'm using that walker right now and it was slippery.
It
so.
was, I know. Okay, we're on it, right, Veronica? Okay, any other comments from it's your last chance? Did you enjoy yourself at the meeting?
Public comment?
No, yes, maybe? Yes, public, go ahead, Matthew.
Did Caroline Wilson say that the early voting is going to be at the backside of the veterans again, or?
I'm not positive.
we should get that word out, because a lot of people that I knocked doors for others didn't know where their early voting was.
Oh, really?
And once I told them, of course, everybody flocked there.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I think there was a notice that was sent out to everyone, and to change it, they have to send another notice out. It's almost like a voter registration card that went out when that happened.
Okay.
Because to change the location is a process. So, yeah, it's not changing as far as I know, because it would be a process to change it. Alright?
Okay. Our video guy charges us by the hour, and in 1 minute, it'll be about an hour.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Mark, okay. Seconded by. All in favor?
sure,
Thank you,
it was having some kind of.
And we've got a new planning person, and